sex machines and want to sleep around as much as possible. But these people may not be what you expect. They're teenagers. Today, promiscuous teens face off with their disgusted mothers and tell them, "I'm a teen sex machine, and Mom, you can't stop me." According to a recent survey, 43% of girls ages 14 through 19 and 42% of boys the same age have engaged in sexual intercourse. Are you surprised? No. Today, parents confront their teens who are not only sexually active, but are self-proclaimed sex machines. Later, a mother confronts her 15-year-old son who had sex with 4 different girls in the same day. But first, meet Ordina. She is disgusted that her 15-year-old son, Dwayne, is sleeping around with different girls. She says Dwayne doesn't understand the responsibility that goes along with having sex. Now, before the show, I had the opportunity to sit down and talk to Dwayne and the rest of the teens. Let's take a look at what he had to say. So, Dwayne, how often do you want to have sex?
Every day. Every single day. If I can get it every single day, then I'll have it every single day. Because, you know...
Are you having it every single day?
No, not at this time.
But you would if you could?
Yeah.
Now, Ordina, we have placed Dwayne in a soundproof isolation booth, and we'll meet him in just a moment. But first, what is it like for you to hear your son say that?
Disgusting. It's disgusting to me. He's 15 years old. He doesn't understand the responsibility that comes along with having sexual intercourse with these girls.
When you're talking responsibility, you mean about getting girls pregnant or...
Getting them pregnant,
getting
carrying
diseases?
AIDS is out there real tough. You know, I don't want my son to end up with AIDS. He's 15. He hasn't even lived yet.
Did you talk to him about sex before?
Yeah, and he thinks it's funny, you know. He thinks that's like just the thing to do at this time, you know, and he doesn't understand responsibility. AIDS, pregnancy, what if he gets a girl pregnant?
Where did he learn this behavior?
I don't know. You know, he just, this all started probably about 3.5, 4 years ago.
4 years ago, so when he was 11?
About 11 and a half. Shortly after the time I lost his father. He just turned. There was a turning point somewhere.
Was there one thing that happened? Was there one older girl?
No, they're all probably about the same age as he is.
And you just think this is what kids are doing these days?
He thinks that's what kids are doing these days. This is what I want my kid to be doing these days.
So what are you here to tell him?
I'm here to tell him that I'm disgusted with him. It's totally sickening. I'm scared for him. I'm worried about him. He doesn't know the responsibility that comes with girls. And the girls are just as disgusting. They have no self-respect for
How does he
themselves.
treat these girls?
Like they are nothing. He has no respect for these girls. He'll call them, or they'll call him. My phone rings 24/7. And they'll call, and he'll talk crap to them. And if they don't say what he wants them to say or do what he wants them to say, he calls them names and hangs up. They call right back 10 minutes later. You know, and I talk to the girls and tell them.
Should we meet Dwayne and talk to him? I think it's time. Dwayne, come on out of isolation. Stop right now. Before the show, I asked you a show of hands how many of you were teenagers and having sex, and most of you raised your hands, so there'll be no booing here. Dwayne, you know, your mom was out here saying that she's disgusted with your behavior.
The more she says not to, the more it makes you want to do it, you know, so...
So you're rebelling against your mom?
Yeah, kind of, I guess you'd say that.
Why do you feel at the age of 15 you need to have sex as much as you can?
Why not? It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
But what about your education? What about trying to get A's in school? I mean, that could also be seen as a challenge.
True. But, I mean, I don't know. Just whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
His name is Dwayne. And you said you was 11 years old when you first did that? Is that what his mom said? Mom, how could, 11 years old, where were you? I mean, 11 years old, and I
I'm
don't
gonna
see
do what
how
I'm
it can-
gonna do. You can't put that on my mom.
I know, but 11 years old. I mean, I have an 11-year-old daughter. It's no way. I mean, I'm with my daughter. We do things together. There's no way that I'm going to allow my daughter at 11 years old.
I didn't allow Dwayne.
I mean,
to
but
do
now,
this. I
but now
don't
that
allow
he's doing
Dwayne
it, now that
today
he's
to
still
do
doing
this.
it, I mean,
Gotta say goodbye, ma'am.
goodbye, man.
All right. Dwayne, are you practicing safe sex?
Sometimes, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Do you know that it only takes once to
Yeah.
get the AIDS virus?
Yeah, but I'm gonna die anyway. Don't matter if I die from a gunshot wound, stabbed, or AIDS.
What do you want to say to your son?
That you are disgusting, Dwayne. That is totally disgusting. You know, what about the girls? What about the respect thing? Don't you care? What are you going to do when you're 25 years old and you might find a girl that you like and that it's really...
Well, then I'll stop.
That it's really... She will want you by then. By then you'll be wore out. By
We
then you
didn't
won't have
even
anything to
mention,
give to a
Dwayne,
girl.
what about pregnancy? What if you get a girl pregnant? You're 15 years old. Are you ready to be a father?
On a $5 an hour job? How are you going to do that? How am I going to do that? I have 3 other little children. How am I going to take care of another child? And
Guess you
$5
gotta get a
don't-
job then.
You better get one.
You better get one too. Better get
You
one
better
too.
get one.
But you know what?
$5 ain't gonna
She
buy
did it too.
diapers.
It ain't all on me. She did it too, so she gotta help too.
Wait, did you get a girl pregnant?
No.
So why don't you, start today, and if you are going to continue having sex, wear a condom.
Those things can rip too.
Boy, talk about
happens
seeing the
if- what
cup
happens if it
half
rips?
empty. Yes.
I would like to know if you're insecure because of your weight problem. Is that why you're challenging sex? Maybe you should challenge your weight.
That don't make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference?
No.
Well, maybe you're just pacifying yourself, making yourself feel better through sex.
Nah.
Dwayne, I'm concerned because your mom, she's here today because she cares about you. She's worried about you. And you don't seem to care.
Oh, I care, but the more she says not to, then it makes you just want to do it more.
So what can your mom do?
There ain't really nothing you can do.
Yes, I can too. I'll cut it off, put it in the jar. What you gonna do? There ain't nobody's rubber gonna be good enough then what you gonna do?
Oh, Dina, this must really hurt you.
It really does, I've tried to raise, Dwayne was not raised like this, I lost my husband 4 years ago to an asthma disease, and that's when Dwayne turned. I'm a working mother, I work hard. I work 16 hours a day some days to provide for my children. Dwayne's thing is, Mom, can I go? No, you can't. You don't trust me, you think I'm a baby.
See, she needs to
And
step
I let him
back
go.
a little bit.
Why don't you look at your
Step
son?
back.
Why don't you look at your son and tell him what he's doing to you?
Dwayne, you ripped my heart out.
Can you look at your mom, Dwayne?
You hurt your littler siblings, What about your 2 brothers? What about your sister? What would you do if a boy treated your sister the way you treat them girls?
Boy would be dead.
What, them girls got brothers?
Not all of them.
It hurts and it's hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Was he very close to his father?
Yes,
Or
he was. And
you
his
think
father
maybe
was,
he might need some kind of help because maybe that's his way of getting, getting over it, what he's doing.
possibly, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be like a good idea. Is there a counselor that you could talk to, Dwayne?
Not really.
You don't really care what happens to you.
I do in a way, but it's not, it's
See,
not.
know
he
what?
thinks it's cool.
I just met you backstage. I don't know you very well, but you know what? I care what happens to you, Dwayne. And you've got to take care of yourself and start practicing safe sex. You're just a baby.
Baby trying to have babies.
Yes, you, ma'am, you want to say?
Yes, I was going to ask the same thing. You seem to be very concerned about your son, which is great, but he obviously needs some therapeutic help, some psychiatry or some sort of help other than what you're trying to do, which doesn't seem to hasn't helped yet.
You're right.
Dwayne, are all your friends having sex?
Yeah.
How old are these friends?
I got friends that are 13. I got friends that are 14, 15, 16,
And
17, 18.
why are they having sex?
Why not?
Why not? Seems to be the answer to everything, doesn't it? Yes, ma'am.
I was just wondering, it seems like you're really concerned about satisfying your needs and feeling good. Do you realize, a long-term relationship, sex is much better, and you should just, try to find someone you really love and get attached to, and it'll be much better sex than you're having now, I can guarantee
He
you.
had one. She wouldn't have sex with him, and now we don't even know where she lives.
So you called it quits after she wouldn't give it
It's
up.
not that. It's not that. It don't matter. If
She
I got
used to
with the
call
girl
me
that I really like,
crying that she just really, really liked Dwayne. She really liked him, and
I was only 13 years old.
you're only 15 now.
So?
And he wouldn't have nothing to do with her because she wasn't one of them whoosies.
All right. Next, she says her teenage nieces already have reputations for sleeping around, and she's worried that a reputation isn't the only thing that they're going to get. They all face off when we come back. Hi, we are back. Today we're talking to teen sex machines and their families who are disgusted by their promiscuity. Joining us now is Cassandra. She says her teenage nieces, Cheryl and DeAndrea, sleep around so much that they already have trampy reputations. Cassandra says they jump from one boy to the next and she wants it to stop today. Cheryl and DeAndrea are backstage in our isolation booth and will join us shortly. But before we hear from Cassandra, let's hear what the girls had to say to me before the show. So Cheryl, is there anything wrong with teens being promiscuous today?
Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with teens being promiscuous because most of them want to, but they're just scared of what the public's going to think. And me, myself, I don't care what nobody thinks. I think it's fine to sleep around.
You don't care that your family is concerned?
Nope.
DeAndrea, do you agree with what Cheryl says?
Yes, I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with teens having sex. I feel as though if you want to try sex, you should, because if you like it, you should proceed on if you do like it. And I know I like it, so I'm not going to stop just because people...
You're not going to stop no matter what anybody says to you?
No.
Cassandra, what do you have to say about your nieces?
They're disgusting. When they out, I'm scared to even answer the phone because I don't know if it's somebody calling me, telling me that they found somewhere, dead somewhere. They jump in people's cars, they don't even know. They're everywhere. Everybody talks about them like a dog, and they always specify them as Sandy's niece, which is me. They Sandy's nieces. I got other sisters and whatnot. They don't say that. Everybody, they Sandy's nieces.
So are you embarrassed to be
Yeah, I'm
related to them?
embarrassed, sure.
So you're here today to tell them what?
I want them to stop what they're doing, get their lives together before they find dead somewhere.
And now they are each, one's 17 and one is 18,
Right.
and one has
they have
2 kids.
children, right?
They both have children.
2 girls. They both got girls, and what they want their girls to grow up like them.
So how do they manage to raise children and sleep around?
They don't. Well, DeAndrea's mother has hers, and my sister has Cheryl's. Cheryl has her 5-month-old baby sometimes when I don't have
So not
her.
only are they not taking the responsibility when they're having sex, they're not taking the responsibility to having these children.
At all.
All right, well, let's meet the girls. Let's take them out of isolation and bring them on out here. Cheryl, DeAndrea. Girls, what are you doing?
Having fun.
Having fun. But I understand you're the mother of 2 girls.
Yes.
So how can you be having all this fun when you have 2 babies?
Well, when it's time, when I have a date or something and I want to have fun, I got a mother and a beautiful aunt right here.
Yeah, you don't just say you got me. I'm not here for your child. I got 4 of my own.
Well, I was there for yours.
You wouldn't have did. You wanted. I paid you to babysit, and I was
paid
grown.
you too,
I
Sandy.
was grown. I wasn't running
well,
the
I'm
streets as a
young.
teenager. All right. So don't say you had mine.
Why don't you tell the girls what you think of their behavior?
I think it's this. They know what I think. I think it's totally disgusting. It's for girls to be out there like that. That's not cute.
You do understand that it's dangerous right now to be having sex, unsafe sex with people you don't know, getting in cars with strangers.
I have safe sex.
You have safe sex all the time. Obviously not
I've
because you have
had-
2
had
children.
No, Cheryl
Unsafe
practiced it.
sex, but I have safe
That
sex.
there one.
And you, DeAndrea, you're the one who has had 2 guys in one day?
No.
Yes, you did. One guy dropped you off, and 15 minutes later, I'll be damned if another party pulled over.
But that doesn't mean that I have
Yes, it
sex.
do, because
No,
that's all
it
y'all
doesn't.
talk about. You say you don't go out with no guy unless you have sex with him.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Don't be mindful.
Well, I know what I do.
I know what you do, too.
What about having one guy, one boyfriend, and
That's boring.
That number ain't even in their category.
that's boring? Yes.
Isn't sex supposed to be something between two people? Like make
If
love?
you want it to be, yeah. If you want it to be.
I don't know. I don't understand. Like it's not
Some
supposed
people,
to be fun.
some people.
It's
they
not
can-
supposed to be fun and games. It's not supposed to be something like a recreation. It's supposed to be something.
Okay. Cheryl, you think that all girls really deep down want sex all the time?
Exactly.
You just happen to be out in the open about it.
Yes.
How do you feel about that, ma'am?
Don't you guys care what people think about how you guys act? Don't you
No,
care that they call you
no.
hoes, hoochies, whatever? You guys don't care?
No. What are any of y'all doing for me?
Nah, but still, don't you feel low when people talk about you?
No.
You're right. All of us, we don't know you. We're not in your day-to-day life, but your aunt is here, and she is concerned about you.
I know.
You've both had sexually transmitted diseases. I mean, you guys told us that. I mean, there's a deadly disease out there that could get you. All it takes is one time. I mean, is sex really worth dying for?
You know, you could go to the doctors and get a needle and have AIDS too. You don't have to. I mean, y'all can get AIDS, please.
You only get AIDS what? I want to know. You only get AIDS?
Just from the doctor or the dentist or anything. I mean, y'all make it.
Your husband
One
can have
time y'all
AIDS.
can have sex and
You
have
can have
AIDS.
one
That's
partner
true. I'm
and
not saying
still get
nothing's
AIDS.
wrong with it, but I mean, let's get realistic.
Let's get realistic. People are
Let's
spreading
get
AIDS
realistic.
through
AIDS
sex.
ain't realistic to her. That's not real.
It's real.
Yes, ma'am.
It just makes me wonder, where's your self-esteem? You don't have to put out to keep a guy. You don't have to, in order to get a guy, you don't have to sleep with them.
I know
You have
that.
to think about what your self-worth is.
I know that.
I just don't see that from what I'm hearing now. If girls are sleeping around, to me, maybe it's a double standard, but it just seems to me that they don't have a lot of self-confidence, and that's really terrible. And I think you should look at yourself and see what's positive about you.
That goes for the guy, too.
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, why do you feel the need to sleep with all these guys?
I don't feel a need to sleep with people, but if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. If they turn me on, then if I choose to sleep with them, I'm going to sleep with them.
Yes, ma'am.
You said before that you could have one partner and get AIDS, but for me, I feel happy that if I do get AIDS from that one partner, I know who gave it to me. It's not going to be, oh, I wonder who it was, and sleeping around.
I think getting AIDS, no matter how you look at it, it's a horrible predicament.
That one person then saying, you know, I
They
slept
have
with
to
him
search
last
all
week. Then
around.
I mean, does it bother you that you have reputations?
Why? What's the big difference? I mean, you still have it no matter who gave it to you. What's
Okay,
the big
forget
difference?
about AIDS. Forget about AIDS. You both have reputations. Guys know that if they go out with you, they're going to get sex. How does that make you feel?
It's not all like you saying that if I go out with you, I don't have to have sex with you. If I choose to
Then
do
why
it, I
do you keep
it.
doing it if you
Because
don't
I
have
want
to?
Everybody that I go out with, I don't have sex with.
You couldn't prove it.
How many people have you had sex with?
12.
12 people. And
12, look at
You've
that.
been having sex since you were how old?
14.
14. What about you, Cheryl?
I estimated about 33.
33. And you were how old when you first started having sex?
12.
You were 12. Oh, okay. Next up. He's only 15 and has already slept with over 30 different girls and even had sex with 4 girls in the same day. We'll meet him and his mother when we come back. Don't go away. Hi, today we're talking to teens who are proud to be promiscuous and their mothers who are upset with the way their children behave. Joining us now is Mary. She's devastated that her 15-year-old son, Pedro, slept with 4 girls in one day and claims to be a sex machine. She says she's worried about him and cries all the time. Before we hear from Mary, let's take a look at what Pedro said to me before the show. Pedro, what do you expect from these girls that you date?
I expect If I'm hungry, I expect to get fed. If I'm cold, I expect to get a new jacket. If I'm broke, I need some cash. If I feel like having sex, we need to go to the house.
So you have to get something from them in order to have sex with them.
Yeah. If I don't get nothing, you don't get nothing. And that's just how it got to be from Cali.
Well, Mary, Pedro is waiting backstage in isolation. He can't hear you right now, but he'll be joining us in a minute.
Yeah.
You're tearing up. What's going on?
Because I'm frightened for him. Because Pedro's my baby, okay?
Who took your baby?
No, he's my baby. And Angel's gonna take my baby, okay? He shows girls no respect at all. Okay, you heard him. I didn't raise him like that. I don't want him to be like that.
Did you teach him about sex?
We've had all the AIDS talks, all the STD talks.
And what does he say when you talk about this?
All the preteen, let's get the condoms. You know, I mean, I was willing to even get his girlfriend's phone, you know, things like this once I found out that he was sexually active, okay? No, Pedro says, don't worry about it, Mom. Hey, I'm a dog. That's what he tells me.
He's proud to be a dog.
He's proud to be a dog.
Was his father like this? Or
no, his father's not like this.
a male figure? I mean, I'm wondering where he picked up this behavior.
He has a father figure for 14 years in his life. A very good, firm, strict father figure.
Well,
Okay?
hopefully we can reach your son today. Let's get Pedro out of the isolation booth and bring him out. Hi, Pedro.
Hello.
You know, your mom was out here crying. She's very upset with the way you've been behaving.
Ooh-wee.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know. It's handle my business, I guess, you know.
It's your business, but
yeah, it's my business. I don't
You-
involve it with her.
You have to be more responsible having sex. You have to be more careful. You have to be attentive to the young lady. You have to show her respect. What's going to happen? I'm not going to have my son at 20 years old. I'm going to go visit him in a grave.
Come on now, man. I don't know.
What, do you think that AIDS isn't going to happen to you? That you're special?
No.
Then why aren't you practicing safe sex?
I do, but now.
How can you have sex with 4 girls in one day and claim you had safe sex with each and every one of those young ladies? What kind of young ladies do you go with anyway? They must not have any self-respect anyway.
Okay, let me ask you this, Pedro. How would you feel if your mom was with a man that treated her the way you treat these girls? How would you feel?
Upset, but now she's not, you know. And how I treat the girls is my business, and it's their business too, because they liking it.
It's going to be everybody's business. AIDS goes from one partner to the next partner to the next partner to the next partner.
Yes, sir. Come on over here.
Yes, I would like to know, have you ever saw an AIDS patient?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no sight, man. So you should think
It ain't
about
on
that.
me.
But I mean, this is ridiculous. You guys can change your behavior starting now.
Okay, now I'll start using more condoms then.
Like, whatever. That's his attitude. Whatever.
And it seems like you have a death wish.
You know, when you make love to a woman, it's supposed to be tender and respectful. It's supposed to be intimate.
Yes. I'm a teenage girl, and if any guy ever treated me the way that you treat these girls, I think that they were a disrespectful piece of garbage.
That sounds.
You can think what you want to, but you know what? I don't
That's
like
good
girls
for
like you anyway.
you. That's good for you. I don't. No.
But the way, I mean, come on.
It's cool.
I'm talking to you guys now for, I don't know, half an hour. You don't have any answers. You know, your big thing is, hey, you know, so what? You know, your children, you can't even respond in an intelligent, articulate way. I mean,
don't care. You can't. But you know what? Why respect the one night stand? It ain't nothing. You ain't gonna see him again anyway.
We may not be able to stop him, but it's something out there that's going to. I bet you that.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, this is to the young ladies. You have children, and you have to think about the things that you do
will always follow you throughout life.
What
if someone would treat your niece the way you treat young girls?
What do you think? Hang on. What do you think about the teenagers here on our stage?
I don't know. I'm saying, I got a whole bunch of girlfriends, but I don't have sex with them. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to college.
You want an education. Smart. Coming up next, a teen who's had sex with more than 35 women and says he wants to sleep with as many girls as he can. Don't go away. Talking to teenagers who claim to be sex machines and their family members who are disgusted by their sexual behavior. Joining us now is Gailey. She says her 17-year-old brother John thinks he's God's gift to women. And to make matters worse, he brags about his sexual conquests. John is waiting backstage in our isolation booth, but before we hear from Gailey, let's hear what John had to say before the show. So John, what do you think about teens and sex?
I don't think there's anything wrong with teen sex. I mean, every teen in America has either had sex or wants to have sex. And if they, you know, some are just better at hiding it than others. You know, like me, I mean, I'm not shy, so I don't want to hide it. I mean, I want to have sex as much as I can.
John is now in the isolation booth, and we'll hear him in just a moment. But first, Gailey, what do you think of your brother's behavior?
I think it's terrible. What bothers me most of all is that he comes home bragging to everyone about it. And he has a lot of friends that look up to him, and they all say that they want to be just like him and, do what he does.
How many girls has he slept with?
Around 35 or 40.
And he's 17?
He's 17.
Oh, what do you say we meet John? Let's take him out of the isolation booth and bring him out. John, 35 to 40 women in the past 3 years? Boy, have you been busy.
A little bit.
What do you want to say?
Well, I mean, there's not a teenager in the world, I mean, anywhere out there that has not either had sex or thought about having sex. Okay, and I mean, even if there is, I mean, they're better at lying about it. Okay, everybody thinks about it.
Okay, but you know what? Having a boyfriend or a girlfriend and waiting until you're ready to settle down, at 17 and having, intercourse with that one person is one thing. You've had sex with 40 women.
Well, I'm looking for the right girl, and I'm having a lot of fun trying.
But no girl, or not this girl, I wouldn't want to be with somebody who's been with 40 women.
Most of them are like around 25, in their 20s. They're hardly ever any teenagers.
Have you ever been turned down, John?
No.
Never. Yes, ma'am.
Do you think this makes you more of a man? Because it's not. It's making you look like an animal.
Well, I mean...
You just keep doing it and doing it. It's like a dog.
Well, I mean, that's your thought. That's your thought. It's not everybody else's.
Yes.
Hi. I want to know, do you guys care a lot about babies?
They got babies.
Care along. Do you care the fact that if you continue to have unprotected sex, that you may have children born with AIDS?
I don't worry about that because I have safe sex.
You should. It's not fair
I
for
have
the children.
safe sex.
But you didn't have safe sex when you conceived these children.
No. And I was dealing with their fathers when I conceived these children.
Cheryl, what are you going to teach your children, your two girls, when they grow up? Would you want them to be practicing sex, having sex with all these different people like you are?
No.
So why is it okay for you and not okay for them?
Because this is where I'm at right now.
But you do know that there's something a little wrong with what you're doing.
I don't see nothing wrong.
But you're 18 years old.
I bet you deep down, half of these women in here, once they seen a man, they looked to check them out. They wanted to have sex. I know they like, he look like he good. But they just scared to admit it. And ain't no future in your front. And if you want to be with somebody, be with them.
Yes, sir.
I don't think any of us are in a position to pass judgment on you, but I think we should know. Have you all been tested for HIV?
Yes.
I've asked Pedro to get tested, and he said no.
If I got AIDS, I don't want to know.
You don't want to know. You just want to spread it to all the other women that you sleep with.
If I got it, then they got it too then.
Yes, ma'am.
Nah,
Instead of
tripping.
taking the risk to get a sexually transmitted disease, why don't you all masturbate?
Is that what you do? Yes, sir.
Yes, hi. Does anybody on the panel, did anyone you finish school or, did they have a job? What do you do?
I'm still in school right now.
I'm still in school and I have a job.
Pedro was expelled from school. He's not.
I mean, as a matter of fact, I have the highest GPA in our high school and probably graduate valedictorian.
So where do you find the time?
I don't have to study. I mean, every Friday and Saturday night, I'm out clubbing. That's when I find the time.
What's the oldest woman you've been with?
31.
He was 14.
You were 14 with a 31-year-old. You know, that woman could be arrested. That is statutory rape.
She had my permission.
All right. Coming up next, she says her 16-year-old daughter sleeps with every boy she goes out with just to keep them, and she wants her to stop sleeping around. They'll face off next. We're talking to teenagers who are proud to be promiscuous and their mothers who are worried about them. Joining us now is Sandy. She says her 16-year-old daughter, Annie, sleeps with boys to get them to like her. She's worried that Annie is giving up her body and is robbing herself of her youth. Annie's backstage and in her isolation booth. Before we hear from Sandy, I spoke to Annie before the show, and here's what she said to me.
So, Annie, how old were you when you first started having sex?
I was 13 years old.
13 years old.
Yeah.
And so now you're 16.
Yeah.
Are you still having sex?
Yes, I am.
Are you practicing safe sex?
I did before, but not recently, no.
Why not?
Just, we really haven't had safe sex. I mean, we just go where we go, and if the protection ain't there, then we just go as we go.
Sandy, how does it make you feel?
Sick. She's my baby.
Did you talk to her about sex?
All the time.
What do you think's going on? I mean, it seems to me, in Annie's case, it seems like she wants to get pregnant.
No, it's not that. What it is she says if she doesn't do it with the man or with the boy that she's going with at the time, he'll leave her. And I keep telling her she's too pretty. She don't need to do that.
Well, let's meet your daughter and talk to her. Let's take her out of the booth and get her out here. Hi, Annie. Your mom's crying up on stage. She's really worried about you. What do you have to say?
Just to drop it. I mean, I ain't sleeping around.
But you have slept around. You've slept with a number of people.
No, they think I did, all right? They give me a name. We go around, they say I'm a whore. All right? If
Your
she
mom
wants me-
calls you a whore?
My whole family does. I slept with 4 guys. Well, actually 5. One wasn't willing. Well, one wasn't willing at all. But they go around saying I slept with every single guy I went out with. And it isn't true. It is not true
Well,
at all.
Sandy, I mean, I think the first way in getting help for your daughter is not by calling her a whore. I mean, if you call her names, she's going to become what you're calling her.
I understand that. I did. I'll admit to it. When she first started fooling around, and I told her, I said, nobody likes a whore. Nobody wants to be with you. I said, you're so pretty. You don't need to sleep around. You don't need to do this. I said, don't you understand? You can get all kinds of diseases. You can get sick. You can get AIDS. I said, it's just
Annie,
so
I mean,
wrong.
You know, your mom said that she thinks that you feel the need to sleep with these people because you're afraid they won't stick around.
Yeah.
Well, you have to know that if the guy is going to leave you because you won't sleep with him, the guy is not worth it.
Yeah, I know
He's
that.
not the right guy. Yes, ma'am.
I meant for the ladies, the two ladies right here. I think that if y'all want to sleep around, that's fine and good, but you shouldn't let what you do influence the rest of your family members. And for you, on the end, you should never let any man make you misuse your own body. You only get one.
Next, some advice for our promiscuous teens. Hi, we've been talking to promiscuous teenagers and their disgruntled mothers. Joining us now is Nancy Salomon, author of Love and Anger, The Parental Dilemma. She also runs workshops for parents and teenagers. Thanks for being here, Nancy.
You're welcome.
I am extremely concerned for these teenagers.
I'm devastated because you're killing your mothers. I was very upset early on when somebody blamed you because you're doing the best you can. You want your kids to have feelings for these people. You know, when I'm listening to you, when I'm thinking, they're disposable. Whoever I want to talk to, whoever I want to sleep with, wherever I want to do it with, and the word is do it and get it, has nothing to do with a person. I don't care who she is. As long as she pleases me, it's finished. I'm wondering what you do after you have sex.
It's not just about sex. I like, when I have sex with guys, we date for a couple days. We talk, we get to know each other.
Couple of days?
What's funny?
They're wondering, the reason they're laughing is because when you say a couple of days, it takes a long time to get to know a person.
Well, we get to know each other within the course of a day. If I like them from then on, then we have sex.
Look, I would never preach abstinence. You guys are way behind that.
But you know what?
But you don't. It seems like you don't care. You don't care what's going to happen to your bodies.
Because you get who more women.
Exactly.
It's a game.
Intimacy shared between two people.
It's a game.
And now it has to be a safe intimacy.
That's right. It's a game.
Women. And you know what? We use them up and then we kick them out.
And you know what?
Exactly.
The joke is going to be on y'all two, though. See? That's what the game is.
Pedro, weren't you the one who talked about a dog?
Yeah, for sure.
Boy, if my son or daughter ever wanted to go with a dog, there he is.
Though. It's all,
I mean,
you just
this
gotta
is
know how to run your game.
This is the dog world. That's how it is.
I'm just wondering.
No. It
You
should
guys,
be a guy should be going with a girl because he loves her and loves just that one person. You're not supposed to go with a whole bunch of people.
To come up on it, then they're gonna have to be stupid enough to get played.
And you're stupid enough to give it to them.
They're the ones stupid enough to get played, though.
Dwayne, let me ask you something.
I am at a loss.
Where do you see yourself 2 years from now?
Dead.
No, he doesn't. Let's hear what Dwayne has to say. What kind of a person do you want to be 2 years from now?
I don't know.
Have you thought about it at all?
No.
Who's your role model? Is there anybody you look up to? Anybody you admire?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Okay. What do you want to be like Michael Jordan? What does it take to be somebody?
I'm sorry to cut you off. I need to take a break. We'll be right back after this. You know, guys, I really want to apologize if I came down too hard on you, but you know what? Do one thing for me, all right? If nothing else, do this one thing. Watch this show. Tape the show and watch yourselves and see if the way you are acting on this show and the way you talk about sex and the way you treat these women and these men, see if that is the person you want to become, all right? Take a look at it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.